Hello everybody, it's Severalto4 for another weekly update. So today's weekly update is going to be a little bit longer. I might split into two depending on when I get to the second part. E3 happened. Thanks Light Glare. E3 happened, so notes. There are notes. So that's going to be at the end of the video. So either it's going to be in the next video, in a second video, or just whatever. So yeah, starting off, just to talk about videos for the week. Videos for the week should continue as normal. I'm sorry that I did not get a Harvest Moon video out. I was not feeling well on Friday when I usually would record it. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so we got Golden Sun Kirby coming up. I have to record both of those, but it should not be a problem. We're getting up to fun parts of the game. Golden Sun, we're actually getting close to the end. Relatively. Maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 videos left. I don't know, there's still a few weeks. I think it's going to be over before the end of July, though. Yeah. So, that's that. I really have to get on. I keep promising I'm going to record other projects, and I just push them off because life is full, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But yeah. That's about it. I don't know, nothing really else to say there. In terms of health stuff, I started on Thursday this maintenance medication, essentially a non-chemo type medication to just kind of try to kill off whatever's actually left of the cancer, without like being an actual chemo with the side effects and everything. Unfortunately, so far every time I take it, it sickens me to the core. It's like this derivative of the vitamin A family, and it's like a powder, and I take it with drink and stuff, and it doesn't taste bad. It has like a vanilla taste. That's not the problem, but as soon as it gets in my stomach's like, whoa, hold on there. We have to talk about this first. And then it denies it entry, and that's not a good thing when you're trying to take a medication. Also, because of just interactions it has with other stuff, I can't take my normal like anti-nausea medications and stuff because it might interact with my heart, and that's not good. So we'll figure out something though. Yeah, life is not easy. The summer was good while it lasted is what I'm trying to say. Fun times. But yeah, I don't know. Life isn't easy. That's just the way things work. But yeah, so that's maybe kind of sick the past couple days. So yeah. Also, just for some stuff that I got, Proton John made lanyard and like pins for his live stream stuff. So I had ordered that. If I could open it, I had ordered that a little while ago, and it finally shipped out, and it came this week. There we go. So what I got was the Proton Egg emote in a pin. It's really nice. It's actually a very nice size, but yeah, it's pretty fancy, and a lanyard with the various Twitch emotes on it. So that's pretty cool. It's good stuff. I like stuff like that. Also, we got this week was arms. I have arms now, guys! Yay! Haven't played it a whole lot yet, but from what I did play on Friday, it's very fun. Yeah. Surprising nobody, I suck at it, but it's fun. So yeah, I did a first impressions, and I also did first impressions on the cartridge. You should go watch that. Every time I buy a physical Switch game, I'm going to be tasting the cartridge just just because people made a fuss about it. So it's gonna be a thing now. I'm not gonna let that die. I just won't. Also, something I got this week was this guy. So I've had sushi here for a while, for like a few years now. But this just went on sale on Tokyo Otaku Mode. Very good website. They revamped their shipping, so despite the fact that it's still insanely expensive, it doesn't take like 3 weeks for your stuff to get to you. This came in like 4 days from Japan, so yay. But yeah, it's an Tsum Tsum Alpaca plush. I think I'm gonna name him Niji because Google Translate tells me that means rainbow in Japanese. But if you guys have a good name for him, he's very squishy. But yeah, so it's good. He's a good pillow. And Sushi's really upset because he didn't want a big brother. It's a little brother. Okay, I'm sorry. God. Also, last night Proton John had a sub stream. So that was fun. I was in the call. I think I was in the second round of call people, so that made me feel special. And I know it's kind of weird to talk about that, like, I don't know. I guess most people probably consider it bad taste to talk about it, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I like the... That's why. Because it's like bragging. I am bragging, probably. I'm sorry. I have an ego, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. It's just cool to get recognition. I think it was the third time I've been in a sub call and on sub night over the years. I've subscribed for almost 4 years now. On Twitch, so yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I was in the first sub night, first or second. I know I was in a call with Hooli once. I don't remember who I was with the second time, but it was also good. But yeah, so I was in the call for a while. We talked about Broken Bones, and I steered the conversation into Final Fantasy VII, surprising no one. And talked about my farm also, so that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I get a pleasure out of being able to make people laugh, especially, which is why I try to do Let's Plays and give them a comedic tint to them. But I especially like making the people that entertain me laugh. So, making dumb jokes and having John laugh makes me happy. So I was able to do that a bunch, and I don't know, that it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. No, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think a few of you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's the same reason why I participate in Miss Discord and stuff, because I'm usually able to do something to either draw a picture, whatever, to entertain her when she's around. And I like giving back like that, to the bigger entertainers. So yeah, or the ones that actually have an outlet for that. Also Lucajin, saying stupid stuff on Twitter and having her like or retweet that, so yay. So that's actually been happening more frequently, which makes me happy. But I don't know, I just like the recognition of, among the thousands of people that are subscribed to Proton John, that he's like, yeah, that's Dovey. It's good to have that feeling that, hey, I am a somebody. And again, it's the ego talking, but that's just how it works. But yeah. I don't know. It's stepping stones, But yeah, so that was fun. That was fun. I made a thing that hopefully I'll get played maybe in the next cookie stream or something. I showed it to Mayo already. But yeah, so we'll see how that works. It's pretty bad. But he didn't read donations last night, so it's okay. I'll just remind him about it. But yeah, so fun times. This coming week, I'm going to be the guest person in the D-Pad podcast, hosted by KAD161. Pretty sure it's 161, right? Yeah. The D-Pad, you know, the group made out of K-Head, Juker, and Soren. They're good. I'll retweet at the time. It's gonna be Tuesday night, like 7 or 8 or something. It's usually when it is. So be sure to tune in, because I'll be there. Sorry. Should tune in every week. It's pretty fun to watch in general. But yeah, so that's it for the. Don't really have anything else to talk about. I shaved the sides. I'm trying to go for the stupid goatee again. Unfortunately, I don't have like the lines down here, so it just kind of looks dumb. It looks dumb. Just how it is. Looks dumb. And now my hair is messy. Good. So since we're only at 11 minutes, I'm going to talk about E3, and if you want to tune out at this point, because you've heard enough about E3 in this week, and I can understand that, thank you very much for watching. Otherwise, I'm going to go in order of the conferences and other announcements that I saw, starting with the Xbox. Yay, Microsoft's conference. So they started off talking about the new Project Scorpio thing, which is the Xbox One X. Not to be confused with the Xbox One S, and everyone's making the jokes already. I was one of the first people! But yeah, I'm pretty sure, as are most people, but you can look back on my Twitter history, I made this right at the time, and I wasn't copying other people when I saw it. You can verify my tweets. Timeline. Sorry. Xbox One X. XBOX. It shortens down to the acronym of Xbox, which is the only reason why they did it. I know that's the only reason, because it's the stupidest name ever. It's the stupidest name. Because you have the Xbox One S and the Xbox One. And I saw this great picture that was like Xbox box, Xbox One box. It was like a picture of the Xbox and the box, and there was the Xbox One X, and then the box for it, the Xbox One Xbox. It was great. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. There's too many X's. But yeah, price is going to be $499, which is a lot. It's a lot. But I don't know, Microsoft's always been pricey like that. It has liquid cooling, which I thought was cool, because it's going to make the machine quieter. And my PlayStation 4 over there, when it's playing a game like Injustice or something, it sounds like an airplane. It's just like trying to vent all that excess heat. So liquid cooling is going to be nice. It's small. Apparently it's smaller than all their other consoles, which is pretty cool. It's like about the size of a PS2 or something. So that's nice. I can't imagine what the power brick is going to look like though, because obviously the power brick is not in the machine. Although maybe not obviously. I don't know how that works these days. But have you seen the power brick on the Xbox 360? That thing is like this big. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hate the 360 so much. It has some good games on it, but I don't know, I hate the system. But yeah, so it's good stuff. As for games that were announced, also God, if you I had a drinking game every time they mentioned exclusive and 4K, and my liver absolutely shot. But there's the notable games. I'm not going to say everything, but the notable games I saw, Metro Exodus, which looks cool. The Metro games always look cool. I think there was a bear in that one. Assassin's Creed Origins, which takes place in Egypt. It kind of looked like it was ancient Egypt as opposed to Roman time Egypt, which isn't that as ancient. Like Egypt was way before. But the Assassin's Guild was from the Roman era, right? The Templar and all that. So wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, I don't get it. Also, there was an eagle, so they ripped off Wind Waker. Let's see. There's a game called Deep Rock Galactic, which looked like a mixture of like mining and No Man's Sky and things like that. I don't know. It was interesting graphics and multiplayer and stuff. Minecraft cross-platform, which is cool, except for Sony. I don't know if Sony has cross-platform because they don't want to. They're scared about kids getting influenced or something. I don't know if that was just with Rocket League or whatever, but Minecraft will work with with computer and Switch, so that's cool. Also, it's gonna be in 4K HD. Yeah, it's HD texture pack from Minecraft, the block game. Also, Skyrim. Don't forget about Skyrim. Skyrim exists. And they're going to have Skyrim. Tacoma, a game by Fulbright, who made Gone Home. So Tacoma is a game that I've been looking forward to for like a year and a half now. It's coming out August 2nd. I'm 90% sure I am literally the only person on the planet that cares, but it looks really cool. If you don't know what Tacoma is, look it up on Steam. If you've played Gone Home, you kind of know why. Like, if you liked Gone Home anyway, you know why I'm looking forward to it. They're good at the storytelling through your own exploration. Cuphead finally got a release date, which I didn't write down, but it's happening. Oh god, I salivate when I am nauseous. And I'm nauseous, so my mouth has just been watering and I'm trying to get it out, but that didn't work. Now I want to know, like, do I want to just go back and edit it out of the video or no? But no, I'm just going to stop talking about it. Yeah, it's happening! Cuphead's actually existing, guys. Crackdown 3, which as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, is this Crackdown? Despite never having played the games, I was like, oh yeah, I saw the cover of the game as a free game that we got on the Xbox 360 ones. But it has Terry Crews in it, so, I mean, if you're going to have Doomfist in your game, you know, it has to be good, right? Life is Strange is getting a prequel, Before the Storm or something like that. I saw that the person who, it seems to center around Chloe as opposed to Max. The person who voiced Chloe in the original is not going to be voicing her this time because there's some sort of voice actors strike. So that sucks, but she was part of the writing team anyway, so that's at least good. They showed off Shadow of War, which is the sequel to, or prequel also, to Shadow of Mordor. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. They announced Ori 2, Will of the Wisps, which is a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, and people lost it. I did not play Ori 1, but the guy playing piano on stage, right in the feels. Also, the last thing they showed off, I think it was the last thing, they showed off a game called Anthem, which looked pretty cool also, is some sort of multiplayer thingy. I don't know. I don't have an Xbox. It's gonna come out on PS4 also, I believe, but I'm probably not gonna get it. It did look cool, which is why I'm mentioning it. After that, there was a thing leading up to the Bethesda conference. They had a talk to the company Nicholas, who made like Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac, Cave Story, and all that. There's talking about Cave Story Plus, which looks pretty good. It's for the Switch, coming out soon. They talked about a new game called Blade Strangers, which is a fighting game that's supposed to be like an introduction into the fighting genre. So easy for people to get into and still have depth. Featuring characters from Code of Princess, Cave Story, and some other stuff. So that's pretty cool. Jeffrey was pretty happy about that. They also showed off a new game that Edmund McMillan is making called The End Is Nigh, which looks like a successor to, can't really say spiritual successor because it's the same company. It looks like a harder Super Meat Boy type game. So I'm excited for that. It's coming out next month, I think. Also, Skyrim exists. Next up was the Bethesda conference. Bethesda talked about VR stuff, like VR Skyrim. There was going to be paid mods for Skyrim, which that worked really well for Steam, so good luck with that. They announced Evil Within 2, and the trailer that they used tried, like, I know what they were doing. The exact thing that they were doing. They said, wow, that Death Stranding trailer at E3 last year, the year before, whatever it was, that was really weird. Let's try to do something even stranger. Unfortunately, they didn't have Norman Reedus holding a baby, so... almost. Also, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus or something like that, sequel to the New Order, which is cool. I loved that Wolfenstein game. I have it on PS3, and I am looking forward to playing this so badly because Bethesda makes good Wolfenstein. I am excited. I'm excited. Also VR stuff for Fallout or what. I don't care about Fallout anymore. Then Ubisoft's conference, which a lot of people are saying this too, but surprisingly, it wasn't bad. They didn't have Aisha Tyler, so we couldn't talk about the Girlwood or anything like that. But they stuck to the games, except for the dance number with Sub-Zeros and the K-pop and stuff. So that was a thing also. But yeah, they started off talking about Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which I hate the Rabbids. I hate them so much. They're like the video game equivalent of the Minions from Despicable Me. Like, they were funny, like, when they were in the Rayman game, and then they became their own thing, and now they're a monster, and everyone focuses on them, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate them. They're so stupid. They're stupid. It's like the lowest form of humor. And despite that, I want to get this dumb game because it looks cool. It's an RPG. It's like XCOM style. I haven't played XCOM, but everyone says it's XCOM style, so I'll say that too. It's XCOM style with Mario characters and the Rabbids, and it looks cool and interesting and involved, and I think it has a good story probably. And it hurts to say that. They showed another game called Starlink Battle for Atlas, which I don't remember what it was, but I wrote it down here, which means I liked it. Also, Skyrim exists. And for the final thing they showed was Beyond Good and Evil 2, or just a trailer for it, which is a prequel to the first one, which one of those games that everyone's been waiting for forever, so people freaked out about that, so that was pretty cool. Next up was the Sony conference. Started off with technical difficulties, but despite that, they announced DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn. Looks like expansion of some sort, which is cool. They announced Shadow of the Colossus HD, which I know some people are saying, no, that's PS3 version. I tried playing the PS3 version, I didn't like it, so I'm hoping that maybe this one's gonna be a little better made. But yeah, Shadow of the Colossus HD for PS4, so that's gonna be cool. Monster Hunter World, which finally a Monster Hunter game that's off of the Nintendo systems. What was the last one that was on? What was it, the PSP one or something? I don't remember. But yeah, so that's gonna be cool, and everyone's freaking out about that. Marvel vs. I did it again. Okay, so I was talking about this. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I keep saying Marvel vs. Comcast. Every single time I say Marvel vs. Comcast. I don't know why, what's wrong with me, but I do. I just say that. It drives me nuts. But yeah, so it has Thanos, and they put up a demo on PlayStation 4 for this story, and it's fun. It's good so far. Got to play as a little bit of Thor and some Rocket Raccoon and maybe Chris. I don't remember if I was Chris or not. A bunch of other characters I can't remember because I don't have a memory. I was born in the 90s, so I have very little memory. as opposed to the kids these days that are born with like, 8 gigs of RAM or something. I was born in the kilobyte era. It's just how it works. Also, Skyrim, I think they had talked about the VR Skyrim there as part of the PlayStation VR, maybe. But Skyrim exists. God of War, they're talking about the new God of War, which looks pretty fun. It's gonna, as we found out last year, it's gonna be like Norse-based. It looks anyway, which is cool because Norse mythology is cool. Also, they finished off with the Spider-Man game, and I forgot the company's making it, but it looks cool, and everyone's saying it's similar to Arkham Knight, which I'll say it's similar to Arkham Knight. I never played the game, so I can't say, but everyone's saying it, so I'll say it. It looks fun, though. It looks good. And yeah, finally we have Nintendo. And Nintendo started off showing us that Rocket League is coming to the Switch, which is going to have cross-play, which is cool. Unfortunately, the only other copy of Rocket League I have is on the PlayStation 4, so that's not going to have cross-play. So maybe I'll just get the PC one or something. But yeah. They announced Xenoblade 2 is going to still be coming out this year, and they showed more of it. I'm still not holding my breath, but I am surprised that it wasn't already pushed off, because the end of this year is going to be pretty full. So yeah. They talked about Skyrim. Skyrim is a thing. The Switch version of Skyrim is going to be able to use the Joy-Cons to like swing your sword and stuff, and that's kind of cool. Also, it's going to have limited amiibo support. It's going to have at least a Breath of the Wild costume and the Master Sword, so that's cool. But yeah, Skyrim is the thing. There's a new Kirby game coming, and it has combo abilities. It's a new Kirby game for the Switch, and oh my god, I was freaking out. If you guys are new to my channel, I have this special power. When I do a Let's Play of a game, there's a very good chance that it's going to get either remade or remastered or get a sequel or prequel or whatever. It's going to revive the franchise. It's a documented fact. When I did Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, that was around the time that they made Dream Team, was it? Maybe? Or something like that. That got it. Luigi's Mansion, shortly after that, Luigi's Mansion 2 was made. There's some timeline around there. FF7 took a while for the remake to happen, but it did happen. And just things like that. If you look back at my games, Limbo got a sequel eventually. Kirby games were made when I made my Kirby Let's Plays. Paper Mario, I believe Paper Mario got around that time. Paper Jam was announced. Things like that. So Ni no Kuni 2, which I didn't write down here for some reason, but Ni no Kuni 2 got a release date. It's coming out in November, maybe. So yay! Ni no Kuni 2, which is more like a Pikmin style thing. There's no familiars anymore, which I'm torn about, because the familiars were like the best part of the game, but I'm still going to trust them because it's the same studio and they know what they're doing. Anyway, talking about the Kirby game, it's going to have up to 4 players, but Kirby can like recruit enemies and have them act as like CPUs, and he can have his own powers, and then he can have dual powers with whatever, like if he recruits a Popple Bros Jr., then he can combine the bomb with, his sword or whatever. And it showed off like some of the things, and one of the things that they showed off was the curling stone, which is great because that means that they're directly looking at Kirby 64, which is a game I'm currently let's playing, which means that they saw my let's play and they're like, we really should bring that mechanic after 17 years. So yeah, that's coming out next year. I'm excited. They announced Metroid Prime 4, and the internet lost it. Oh, lordy lord. Except for the people that are like, I never liked Metroid in the first place. This doesn't concern me. Yes, it does. It does, because it means Nintendo is listening. Which means that those people are like, I don't like Metroid. I wanted Mother 3. Well, maybe they'll listen. Before, we didn't know if they were listening or not, but now they are. They're definitely listening because they brought that back, which means maybe next year we'll... Maybe next year we'll get F-Zero. Also, Pokemon Company announced that a core title is being made for the Switch. Not a spin-off like Coliseum or whatever, a core title. So that's going to be cool. Also, they're making a Yoshi game for the Switch. They're just pulling out all the stops. It's coming out next year. It looks adorable. It looks adorable. Which, I mean, it's Yoshi games. People kept saying it looks like Yoshi's Woolly World. No, it does not look like Woolly World. Maybe the backgrounds and stuff, but Yoshi isn't wool, guys. I never connected it. Yoshi isn't wool. He's not doing anything wool related. It's a Yoshi game. It's really closer to like a cross between Yoshi's Story and Yoshi's Island. As long as it's not anything like Yoshi's New Island, will be good. It has to have soul. Soul. Anyway, yes, it's coming out next year. They showed off a bunch of gameplay for it, and it looks good. Looks good. Then they talked about Super Mario Odyssey, which has a theme song, and that's good. Also, it's coming out in October, at the end of October, so that's cool. Give more time to play like the 7 games that are coming out in November. Seriously, like everything's releasing in November. But yeah, Mario Odyssey, and they showed off a lot of that. Mario's hat can possess everything, like cars and tanks and people, Tyrannosaurus, Moai statues, trees, electrical lines. It's really cool. So yeah, then we went to the treehouse where, because the main Nintendo Direct was really talking about Switch games, so the treehouse got to talk about the 3DS games. And they announced a remake of Metroid 2, The Return of Samus. So, yeah, everyone was like, 2 Metroid games? And some people are like, I still don't care about Metroid. And you're like, they revived it twice. That's 2 times the listening, sir and or madam. I'm not going to assume what you are based on that weird voice. I've heard people of either gender sound like that. But yeah, so that's really cool. And so yeah, it kind of makes sense why Nintendo cease and desisted another Metroid 2 remake. Because they were remaking it. It was just bad timing on their part, I'm sorry. Also, they showed off Miitopia, which looks cute. It's another one of those Me-type games I might get. And they showed off a remake, the rumored remake of Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga for the 3DS. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, which is the original game, and a side story that features like a tactics-y thing with Bowser's Minions. So that's kind of cool. The only thing that I don't like is that I'm one of those people that like is a purist for the original game. Like if they ever remade Chrono Trigger in 3D graphics, I would hate it. Like most games, like when they remade Final Fantasy VI into other graphics, hated it. I'm still on the fence on whether I'm going to hate Final Fantasy VII Remake or not, because I'm just a purist. So I love Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I think it is the best game in the Mario & Luigi series. I did a Let's Play. That's why it was my first Let's Play, because I love the game. I don't like the graphics of the 3DS games at all. Paper Jam or I was about to say Pillow Talk. No, Dream Team, whatever else garbage that they put out. I don't remember anymore. Sure, there was one in between. I don't know. I didn't even like Bowser's Inside Story too much, although that was still the DS, not the 2DS, the DS, so that was still similar graphics. I didn't even like Partners in Time's look. I like the original, by the Game Boy Advance one by Alpha Dream. I think that's the best. And I don't like the 3D treatment at all. I'm still going to try the game because I'm obsessed with it and I want to see how they made things better or worse, but it's the soul. It's the soul of the game that I keep coming back to. You gotta keep that soul, you know? But anyway, that's it. What did you think about E3? Did you like Skyrim? We have Skyrim now. There's a lot of Skyrim. You know, people make fun of it because the game is 6 years old. I do understand that. That doesn't mean it's not a good game, though. I know some people just want it to die, but there's this thing called the cash cow. And you don't kill your cash cow. You don't slaughter it and eat it. You keep it alive and maybe try to have it make babies or something. Because that's what you do. It's for the money. I like Skyrim anyway. So, I'm sorry. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about E3. What was your favorite conference? What was your favorite announcement? What was your, I don't know, what surprised you? Because this was an E3 of surprises. E3 is always supposed to be about surprises, in my opinion, because that's the hype. It's cool to look at, like, games that we already know about, but that's not the hype. The hype is the surprise. So what surprised you this E3? Let me know. And, yeah. That's going to do it. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Sephiroth 4 for another weekly update. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.